privilege to be with you on this Wednesday, and I trust the Lord is doing some good things in your lives. He wants to do that. Just trust Him, look to Him. And that's why I've chosen Psalm 71. It's easy for us to get bogged down with some things that discourage us, but we can be assured that God is wanting to meet our needs and to solve our problems. This is a psalm in which David is just really frustrated by the enemies that were speaking against him. In verse 9 he says, "Cast me not off in the time of old age, forsake me not when my strength fails. For my enemies speak against me, and they that lay wait for my soul take counsel together." As we see what's happening today, and I refer to this very often because that's why we had these times in the very beginning, because of what's going on in our country. And by the way, you go back to the COVID time in which we got started, it's a whole lot worse today. Sorry about that. I'm supposed to be encouraging you, but that's the reality, and that's why I've kept going, because we've got to be walking with an intense walk with God if we're going to be able to manage all of that. Well, David truly did have people speaking against him, and Christianity today is being spoken against. It's more and more bold what people are saying and the attitudes that people have. And goes on to verse 11, says, saying, "God hath forsaken him, persecute and take him, for there is none to deliver him." You know, at times it seems like we're just helpless, that where's our God? You know, people look at Christians and say, well, what benefit is your life as far as your claim to Christianity? Why isn't God solving your problems? Why do you have the trial that you have? Why are you struggling financially? And it is a legitimate prayer to say, Lord, the enemies are taking the fact that I'm not seeing deliverance as a means of speaking against you. And Lord, as verse 12 says, "Oh God, be not far from me. O my God, make haste for my help. Let them be confounded," speaking of those enemies, "and consumed that are adversaries to my soul. Let them be covered with reproach and dishonor that seek my hope. But I will hope continually and will yet praise thee more and more." What a tremendous response on David's part. But he is saying, Lord, don't be far from me. Would you help me? Would you show forth your goodness? Would you show forth your deliverance so that the mouth of those that mock Christianity can be shut, and that I can praise you and that people will be brought to you? That is always a right prayer. Now, sometimes God has to lead us as to what He's doing, but it is right to say, Lord, I want deliverance. I want to have strength in my own soul, because I truly want people to know that you're real. I want you to be glorified. I want you to be seen as great. And I have spoken forth your name. Lord, would you deliver me? And you know, God will. God will take care of you. His glory is most important to Him, so that people can see who He is, so they can come to Him in saving faith. And so let's have that kind of an attitude in which we pray, Lord, for your sake, not ours. Lord, for your cause and not ours. Would you deliver? I'm trusting you. I'm going to hope continually. I'm going to have confidence in you continually. And I believe you will hold up your name and that you will glorify yourself.